Diversity is being invited to the party, but inclusion is being asked to dance. And so I say these words because we at All People Coffee believe that diversity and inclusion is important. And with the coffee industry, it's the second most highly sought after commodity, and it has about $100 billion industry globally, but yet locally, it doesn't represent its customer base or its ownership. So my name is Bradley Bruce, and at All People Coffee, we've created this particular coffee shop to address those issues. So Lynzie has supplied coffee for each of the judges here. I'd like to invite you to open that coffee bag. Yep, you just pull the tab. It's resealable, so you can use it. Yeah. So if you don't mind taking a sniff of coffee. And I want to get a show of hands. Who here enjoys a nice cup of coffee? Okay. Who here enjoys a nice cup of coffee with great community? We at All People Coffee believe that we have the right answer for you. We not only strive to supply high-quality coffee, but really strive to have a community gathering place. So All People Coffee was founded with the desire to be a community gathering place. We believe coffee is the great unifier of people. Our mission is to be an inclusive, welcoming environment and a hangout place for people in the community. So we want to preserve the legacy and honor the community that we serve. And you can see this picture here is actually the shop that we've secured in East Nashville. I'll talk a little bit more about the details of the shop, the layout, at a later point, but wanted to give you a clip of what the shop looks like. You can see it has a wonderful mural by one of the local muralists here in Nashville. So let's talk about the problem. Coffee shops are the leading indicator of a neighborhood that has been gentrified, and its patrons don't necessarily represent the demographics. We believe that in Cleveland Park, in East Nashville, there's a coffee desert, and although East Nashville has a lot of different coffee shops, particularly in the East Nashville, Cleveland Park area, there's not a single coffee shop within a 1 mile radius of our shop. So we believe this will be a great location for us, high traffic, and I'll get into a little bit of our competitors at later. Our solution is to have a coffee shop that reflects the clientele and be a neighborhood gathering place. And the coffee shop will be operating in normal coffee hours during the day, and then at night we'll actually have a wine and beer, and we'll also have kombucha. I know that sounds something great for you.
5 stars right now.
So one of the things that makes our coffee shop unique is we have self-pour taps. So we're going to put coffee products in those self-pour taps. Also, we'll have the traditional espresso brews. We'll have beer, kombucha, teas, and wine. So we'll have something for everyone. We do realize that COVID has changed the way that we commune and get together, so we think this self-pour tap idea will be a great one. I want to introduce our team. We have Lynzie and Courtney, who both we consider to be our conductors. They both bring an immense amount of experience in human resource and also digital marketing. Corey, who's located on the right-hand side, he's considered our pioneer. He's a serial entrepreneur. He has many businesses that he currently leads today, and he brings a business acumen to the team. And then me, I'm the expert. I'm currently in the MHA program, and I'm a pharmacist by trade, but I look at things from a data perspective and a service industry perspective. So I want to talk about 4 key opportunities that we have. We can build connections through coffee of the community that we serve. Lynzie and I currently live in that neighborhood that we're going to be serving the community. We have a mission driven to not only be representative of the community, but to give back to the community in multiple ways. And then fueling and franchising, I want to share a franchising opportunity that we've secured to date. I'll do that on our timeline slide. And then braving and branding. I'll talk a little bit about our branding connections in our next slide. So our marketing strategy really rests on 3 pillars. Word of mouth, which we believe is very important for any coffee shop or any business in the local Nashville area. Also social media. with Courtney, our team, she is a digital marketing expert. She has her own company, and she does all of our social media ideas. And then our partnership, we've partnered locally with key brands. The first one is our roaster. So we partner with OSA, who's located in the Music Row area. It's a locally roasted coffee vendor. And then also we've got branding opportunities with 615 to do apparel, and then also with Crosspoint Church, which is located very close to our shop. I want to talk a little bit about our competitors and what makes us different. You can see the first bullet here is we're a Black-owned coffee shop. We're locally roasted, but with the straws and other things moving to more of a sustainable approach, we have sustainable principles within our coffee shop. Our hours of operations, we believe, are the differentiating factor for us. There's a daycare located right across the street that starts to drop off around 6:30. So we're going to start our opening hours at 6:30 a.m. We looked at the coffee shops located in East Nashville, and the best one that opens that early is around 7. The closest one opens at 8 to our location, but we really think that hours of operation is going to be key for us. We're at a high traffic area. We're at the corner of Leachy and Douglas. It's a main intersection in the East Nashville, Cleveland Park area. And then we have high walkability. Often we've sat in our shop during the build-out phase, and we've seen people walking their dogs and people just going through the community, so we think that's going to be advantageous for us. I want to go through a little bit of our financials. These are projections because we have not opened yet. We open in July of this year. And so coffee beverages make up the majority of our revenue driver. You can see non-coffee beverages, alcohol and beer make up our projections for the second revenue driver. And then we also have a franchise that has been secured that will provide revenue stream for us as well. Food and merchandise is lower, but that will be something that we're going to focus on at a later point. So I want to go through our investment opportunities and what we're actually going to use the investment for. We're a very mission-driven company, so we believe to give back to the community through educational events that we'll be hosting at night. We believe giving 10% of that mission-driven activities will be important for us. We also think 50% for build-out costs, 30% for equipment, and then 10% for marketing and branding. I want to hit a couple key highlights for our timeline. We've secured a space in January of this year. We signed a franchising agreement with another coffee shop in Durham, North Carolina. They'll be using our model and have our same feel. And then we'll also be having our grand opening July of this year. And then our key highlighted point, our break-even point, will be 10 of 2022. This is a picture of our layout. Currently, you can see it has a capacity of 50 people that can sit there. At the north side of the shop, you can see we'll have our tap wall and our coffee bar. You can see the guardrail where people come in to the shop. So we're working with a design firm to get our layout to be ready for approval by the city. And then, of course, due to COVID, we may scale down and have, depending on what the capacity says this summer. But we really think this is a hot time to open up a shop because we think there's going to be a lot of pent-up excitement for people to get out and start new things. I want to end with a quote. The particular quote is a Nietzsche quote. With all great things, they don't just happen, but they come with a work and effort. And so I say these things because a lot of people see the business and they don't see all the work that goes into it. And so we really think at All People Coffee we have the right combination of people and connections and locations to make our dream possible. So thank you, and we'll open it up for questions.